What's it look like? My big giant elephant. Howdy, I'm back because it's 4:20. Super excited about that. Here at my house, which is also a lot of things happen here at the house. And one of the things that happens is we create a product that I have been making literally since I was a little girl. I was taught to make this by my Nana. She was a Persian North African woman, and she's a very amazing lady, and she was an herbalist, and her mother was an herbalist, and her mother was an herbalist, and her mother was an herbalist, and so forth and so on and on and on and on, and never ending in my family. That's what the women have done. They have been lineage holders of plants and different medicines for women and people. They were the village, you know, like medicine people, midwives, things like that. So I went out into the world and got myself a whole lot of education because I just never felt like I was, you know, worth it or had any real value. So I just kept educating myself to make myself feel better. And then when I was 45 years old, I opened a book that had been written about my family, my mother's family specifically. And the first paragraph was about my grandmothers and my great-grandmothers. And this thing I just told you, how they were for always and since always in our lineage, the midwives, the herbalists, you know, all that. And here I had been doing nothing but getting education on those topics, you know, like body work and herbology and, you know, everything. And then all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, this is like literally in my DNA. So I can just chill out and I don't need to get another degree to prove that I know something. So all of that came this product called Fire Kitty, and I have it right here. I'm going to hold it up for you. This is what it is. It is frankincense and myrrh, calendula, cinnamon, rosemary, and some secret ingredient. Comes with 5 fingers, you know, can't really say it. I get in trouble, but you know what it is, right? I don't need to tell you the secret ingredient, because if you don't know, then wow, you should be moving on, right? Or no, wait, educate yourself. Anyway, so Fire Kitty is an infusion of all of these beautiful herbs. When I was first taught how to do it and how I did it for 20 plus years is I'd put it in a gallon mason jar and then cover it with olive oil and turn it every day for 30 days so it went through a full moon cycle. Then, you know, as I created this company and people started buying it and getting so many benefits of it, you know, one of the reasons why I started to really mass produce it, and mass produce in my mind is like we don't, you know, we fill 500 bottles in a run because we're, you know, a boutique company, and that's my choice to stay that way because I don't want to be doing hundreds of thousands of gallons of this product because it will lose the magic and the alchemy of what it is. Anyway, so back to my story. So I have this very dear friend, and she had this beautiful baby that was born missing part of her brain. And they said, oh, this child's going to die, and, you know, just don't get too attached to your kid because you're going to have to be putting her in the ground. Well, you know, my friend, like a lot of mothers, is a very tenacious person. And she was like, don't be telling me about my daughter's death. I'm going to figure it out. So her daughter at that time was having 300-400 seizures a day, you know, seizuring all the time. And she asked me if I could help her. So I thought of all the things that I could do. And at the same time, my sister was suffering from MS. She was having issues. She was losing her ability to speak and stand and use her body. And my sister is, you know, less than 2 years older than me. So I was really concerned about her and my friend's child. And I was looking through all of my herb books and all of my understanding of cannabinoids at that time, because this is like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, was, you know, minimal. It was just sort of starting to extrapolate, like, wow, look at it. I've always known that cannabis was healing, but I didn't really understand how healing it was. So healing, right? Amazing. So as my understanding of the 5-finger healer was extrapolating into my ability to infuse it into other plants, I started to go, oh, hey, wait, maybe I can help my family members out with this. So I looked through my recipe books, my really old ones that have my grandma, my Nana's recipes in them. Her name was Nivart. You know, she spoke 9 languages. She walked on foot with 3 children and a baby in her belly from Persia to America. So fuck you to people who don't think that this country is for the whole world. That's why it was created. You know, so I should, if I could edit things, I would edit that out. But I'm really passionate about people being able to come to America. You know, because America is that. It's a place to have opportunity and to be able to do things. Like here, even though we're locked down in our homes, we still have so much more freedom than the rest of the world, and that's something that's so valuable. But that's a side note. Anyways, so back to my family members. I found this recipe, you know, in my Nana's recipe book of herbs, and there was an ingredient in it called Bang, B-H-A-N-G, and I was like, what the heck is that, man? What is Bang? And I'm trying to Google it and find it, and I'm coming up with like Bang chocolate, and it says cannabis, and I'm like, oh, there's no way that my grandmother, that my Nana was making medicine with cannabis in 1920. There's just no way this is possible. So I call my auntie and I say, hey, what is this Bang word, you know? And she's like, oh yeah, that's marijuana. She's like, my mother would trade with the jazz musicians to make this medicine that you're going to make. And of course, she didn't call it Fire Kitty. She called it some Persian word that I can't say, unfortunately. And I was pretty amazed that here my Nana, who I never would have thought is cool or knew anything about cannabis, was making this recipe, this beautiful infusion of herbs, and adding that one to it as well, right? So I made it up for my sister and my friend, and, you know, sent it off to them. Miraculous results. Miraculous. Just amazing things happened for them. My friend's daughter is 12. She's still alive. Now, it is not just because of Fire Kitty that is true. It is because of the commitment that, you know, her mother made to her to ensure that she would stay alive. That's what it's really about. This was just a tool that helped. And my sister, you know, we can't get her to sit down and shut up anymore. She's like super great, and she's not on any meds that are for MS. She's so amazingly well. And her regimen, her treatment for herself is this Fire Kitty and a couple CBD products that we make as well, and a tiny little bit of its friend, you know, the other side of the plant that we're gotta be hush-hush about. THC, the healer. So, anyways, back to the story of what's going on. So today, because it's 420, you know, I've been posting saying how we're going to give things away. Well, one of the things that we're going to be giving away is Fire Kitty. And, you know, Fire Kitty, everything grows, right? So I took these beautiful plants right here, this, you know, what Fire Kitty is, and one of my daughters, because again, generational, you know, so I have daughters, and some of them are just right here in this whole like medicinal herbal way, and they're taking my great grandmother's recipes, and they're adding their 2020 spin on it, and they're raising the vibration of it. And I love that. I love that about generational healing. That's why we offer granddaughter's water made by Lindsay Burns. On our site as well. It's a colloidal silver that, you know, is in her lineage, her people's lineage, her great grandmother, you know, all that, you know, like I like to follow that line. Anyways, so I took that herb and we mixed it up with some other place I love so much in the world, Dead Sea salt. Now, I have lots of stories of floating in the Dead Sea. So this stuff is super important to me because one of the things I did in my life was be part of the Israeli army. Yeah, how about that? So anyways, so this is Fire Kitty. If you don't know what she looks like, she's on our site in, she's an oil normally, okay? And her purpose in life and how she's gonna grow, what she was in the beginning was an avatar to fight childhood cancer, because I work with so many parents, and these people, these moms are like, you know, I love these women who stand up for their children the way they do. So this is Fire Kitty, and she is here to kick some ass with all of you. And so what I'm really making this video about is about this fantastic bath bag that we're doing now. It's got all of the Fire Kitty that was processed, right? Because it's not, the way that it's processed now is still at a very, very low temperature over a multitude of days to extrapolate and extract the beauty of the plant, but not burn it. So we get all the terpenes and everything from the frankincense and the myrrh and the cinnamon and the rosemary, and then the catalyst, because that's what cannabis is. It's a catalyst plant. In the circle of medicine, where all the plants sit, cannabis is a teacher plant, and it sits in the center. And the things that are in the center, because you know, like on a wheel, right? Like on your tire isn't spinning from the outside, it's spinning from the inside. And cannabis is one of those things that spin the rest of the plant wheel. So this is the bath bag. You just drop this puppy in your bath and, relax and enjoy all the healing properties of Fire Kitty and its transdermal ability to break your skin and really, really soothe and heal you. And of course, the Dead Sea Salt. The Dead Sea Salt is amazing stuff. It's a beautiful, fabulous, high vibrational place on our planet that needs to be cared for and always loved, right? So that is Fire Kitty. That's who she is. An avatar to fight childhood cancer and to support all of the feminine lineage on this planet that is just like, yeah, you know? Like, we have been led by the masculine for such a long time, and we've all seen how that's going, right? So soft power, feminine power, we have the ability as women to step through the hurricane in a gentle, loving way. And if you don't do it the way we like it, well then, you know, we've all experienced a windstorm, firestorm, hailstorm, right? So love your life giver because she loves you and she's taking care of you. Thank you all for watching. Remember, if you've used Fire Kitty, if it's benefited you or your family members, make sure you drop it in this feed because it's how we're going to go through, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to go through and we're going to be giving people gifts because we appreciate and love you guys so much. I am here only because of you. Like I said in my first video this morning, you know, I've been treating some of the same family members since the early 80s. Such a blessing for me to know the mother, the granddaughter, the, you know, grandfather, the sister, the brother, all of you. I just love it. It's so nice to me. Yeah, listen to the wind start up, exactly. You know, when you're sitting in a calm area and all of a sudden, you know, the ground starts to get a little warmer and that energy just keeps kind of swelling, you know, there's a girl in the room that's not very happy. So thank all of you again. Thank you so much for watching me, for taking the time out of your day, for listening to the video. Share it with people. Whatever benefit you've gotten from Fire Kitty, let us know. We just love you so much and appreciate that you guys use this stuff. You know, love it so much. Thank you. You're such an amazing group of human beings that I have collected here on Facebook, and all of you who follow and participate in my business. You know, it's really done for you. So thank you, and see y'all later.